Today on OC News.
We have an update on a major accident that occurred on the 405 freeway.
We look into Cal State Fullerton's sports broadcasting program.
And there's a new mobile app game for Pokemon. All that and more on OC News.
This just in tech news. The first responder on the police. There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students
at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to another edition of OC News. I'm Andrew Gutierrez.
And I'm Daniel Rodriguez. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students of Cal State Fullerton.
We begin our coverage today with updates from the 45th District congressional race between Democrat Derek Tran and Republican Michelle Steele. As of this morning, it has been reported that Derek Tran lead has grown to a slim margin of 300 votes. This race has been back and forth, and with thousands of votes still needing to be counted, it is still anyone's race to win.
This morning, service and hospital workers across the University of California system have started a two-day strike over contract disputes. Thousands of workers across University of California campuses are picketing from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. today and Thursday over a dispute in wages. The union is accusing the UCs of engaging in unfair bargaining tactics. These universities have denied these allegations and state that the union has not responded to any proposals since May. The UC's contract with the patient workers expired July 31st, and parties will continue contract negotiations after the strike has concluded.
One died and others were injured in a major accident that occurred on the 405 southbound last night. One motorcyclist was pronounced dead at the scene, along with 5 hospitalizations and 4 others injured. The accident occurred at approximately 11:30 last night, involving 6 vehicles. It was originally between 2 cars, but started a chain reaction, causing 4 more vehicles to pile up. Southbound lanes on the 405 were closed for 6 hours following the crash, but are now fully open.
The California Faculty Association and CSU students and staff protested the Board of Trustees meeting in Long Beach this morning. Our reporter Emily Wilson has the story.
That's right, you guys. I'm here in Long Beach, where right behind me, CSU faculty, students, and staff are protesting against CSU policies.
So we're here this morning to do our Board of Trustees meeting, the People's Board of Trustees. We're here to tell our story, to get it out into the public's eyes and ears.
We're really upset and angry about the unconstitutional time, place, and manner policy. And we just really know that this is the People's University, and as the student population has gotten darker, the funding has gotten lighter, they're treating the university like it's a Fortune 500 company rather than a public university institution.
The faculty union also held what they call political theater, mocking Chancellor Mildred Garcia and the CSU trustees for their actions at the meeting. CSU management stayed inside during the protest, but offered this statement in response, noting that they wanted to keep the focus on students with different socioeconomic backgrounds.
The CSU was once priding itself on being affordable and accessible, and it really isn't anymore, and it's communities like mine, like Latinos, Black students, working class families, undocumented students that may not have access to certain types of financial aid are all going to be struggling more and more as time progresses.
When the faculty union bargains for their new contract in the spring, they'll advocate for policies like these. Reporting from Long Beach, this is Emily Wilson with OC News. Back to you guys in the studio.
Coming up after the break, we take a live look at the CSUF pop-up pantry event with reporter Ariana Hartman.
And sports reporter Noah Segovia updates on Cal State Fullerton volleyball, men's basketball, and covers a cheeky fight. All this and more coming up after the break. Stay tuned. Quite.
I have a question about
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professor showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
We now go to Michael McCahill with updates on this week's weather. Take it away, Michael.
Thank you, Daniel. As the colder months are approaching, so is the rain and the clouds. We are here to keep you updated so you can be prepared for the week. Today is a beautiful day with lots of sunlight. Currently, it is 66 degrees with a low of 46 degrees this evening. There is a light breeze at 5 miles per hour with comfortable humidity levels at a 50%, which is very comfortable. The sunrise was at 6:30 this morning, and we can anticipate the sunset at 4:45 this afternoon. Now let's take a look at this week's 5-day forecast. Thursday will be a great time to be outside as it will be sunny and will have a high of 75 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. Friday is also sunny with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. Now starting Saturday, make sure to have your jackets ready. Starting Saturday, we will be looking at cloudy skies with a high of 64 degrees and a low of 48 degrees. Sunday is also cloudy with a high of 66 degrees and a low of 54 degrees. Have your umbrellas and raincoats prepared for this Monday as there's a 45% chance of rain with a high of 65 degrees and a low of 53 degrees. That'll be all for weather. Make sure you stay warm and dry this weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Michael. Today, ASI hosted a pop-up pantry event. Reporter Ariana Hartman is live from the Titan Student Union with more.
Thanks, guys. Earlier today, ASI hosted a pop-up pantry event for students on campus in the Central Quad to bring awareness to food insecurity on campus.
Today we are hosting our pantry pop-up event. We are providing this event from 12 to 2 p.m. today, and what we're trying to do is increase awareness that we are here on campus. So if there's any students who are facing food insecurity, they know that we're here to provide them the support that they may need. This week is a special week. It's a Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week, so we really wanted to provide this pantry during the week to increase, we're here for if there's any students facing food insecurity, because it's the Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week, we want to let them know that we're here for them. We provide various types of food, so we do provide non-perishable and perishable options, but we also include vegan and vegetarian, but also culturally appropriate items as well. So we do want to cater to people with various cultural backgrounds and also their dietary needs. So it does vary. We are located in the TSU building, so our hours do vary. Our Mondays from 1 to 7 p.m., Tuesdays through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and then Fridays from 10 to 5.
The pop-up will be returning in the exact same spot tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. for any interested students. Reporting in Fullerton, I'm Ariana Hartman. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Ariana. We now go to reporter Jacob Fisk, who has a story on the internship opportunities with Titan Sports Network.
3, 2, 1, we're live.
Titan Sports Network hires approximately 25 to 35 student interns to give them the opportunity to create live broadcasts on ESPN+.
So my first year here, we just hired a bunch of students because we were trying to just get off the ground and running, to have a program. But I think year 2, we leaned on the internship program a lot more, and we've kind of developed over the last 3 years. It gives you a lot of creative experiences that allow you to grow as a broadcaster, regardless if you work for a big network or a small network. It's the science behind the broadcasting. Why do we use the angles we do? How do we call games? How we produce games? The technical side. The best way to approach this internship is with an open mind and willingness to learn as much as you can.
Titan Sports Network is not just an internship for sports broadcasters, but people in the film industry, like Madison Dalton, have also joined to get hands-on experience.
It's definitely going to give me some more knowledge on cameras. I want to work with cameras in the film industry, and so being able to operate broadcast cameras is really great because I can work with cameras in the film industry, so that would kind of be beneficial. I feel like the biggest challenge is I'm always basically on air because they're always going to cut to me. So I feel like just basically paying attention the whole time and being involved with like the player and having it centered on the camera.
Of course, it takes more than a bunch of cameras to create a broadcast, which is where the control room comes into play. Robbie Loya says that Titan Sports Network is very lucky to have a room like this to be able to not only see every camera angle possible for the broadcast, but to be able to control graphics, replays, and direct the game from one spot.
Our control room that has been a great addition thanks to the athletic department and ASI, along with the College of Communications here at Cal State Fullerton, putting that all together. And it's a true honor for us to have an opportunity to have a control room. A lot of Big West schools don't, but to have that is huge for Cal State Fullerton. And the big thing is to go back to the students, right? It all goes back to the students.
The network is expected to produce around 150 events year-round. And since they spend so much time doing every broadcast, it begins to feel like a family.
A lot of people don't realize the work that comes into, right? Our camera operators, everything in our control room. It's not an individual that kind of puts this all together. It's a team, it's a family. We're spending a lot of hours behind the scenes. I think the main thing really is just we're one big happy family, and I think that kind of sets us apart between any other school in the Big West.
For those interested in joining the Titan Sports Network family, can apply on Titan Connections website. Reporting for OC News, I'm Jacob Fisk.
This week, the Titan Gym has been busy with some home games for volleyball and men's basketball. We go to reporter Noah Segovia with the updates.
Thank you, Andrew. We have an exciting sports segment this week, so let's get started. This past weekend, the Cal State Fullerton women's volleyball team played UC Santa Barbara on the road, losing 3-1. Their overall record now is 4-22. Let's dive into the highlights. The Titans now undefeated at home. The Titans took the first set 25-22, but the Gauchos came back to win the match. Fullerton's Katisha Hall had 4 kills and 2 blocks, averaging 6-point kills the entire game. Despite the loss, the Titans displayed great resilience and tenacity. The Titans' final match is against Hawaii this Friday at 6 p.m. Staying on the hardwood floor, the Cal State Fullerton men's basketball team picked up its first win of the season at home with a 62-61 nail-biting victory over Idaho State on Monday. The Titans are now 1-4 on the season, and let's pick and roll into the highlights. The Titans, now undefeated at home, showcase resilience as they battle back from a halftime deficit of 32-31. With just 38 seconds left on the clock, Idaho State made a fierce push, going on a 9-2 run and setting the stage for a heart-stomping finish. The Bengals even had an inbound pass with just 0.2 seconds remaining, but the Titans held strong to secure the win. Leading the charge for Fullerton was forward Mikey Square, who lit up the scoreboard with a game-high 17 points. Guard Donovan O'Day matched his career high with 16 points. On a side note, shout out to head coach Deidre Taylor, who made history with this victory, becoming the winningest coach in program history, with 156 wins, surpassing Bob Burden. What a remarkable achievement. The Titans' next game is a road game at UCLA this Friday at 7 p.m. From the court to the ring in a mediocre exhibition fight at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys, 56-year-old Iron Mike Tyson faced 27-year-old Jake Edgaio Paul last Friday on Netflix. Let's get ready to rumble. In a bout that went the distance of 8 rounds, Jake Paul won by unanimous decision. Tyson started strong, but the iron began to rust, landing only 18 punches, while Paul danced around the ring, showcasing his speed and precision. With sharp left hooks and only 78 total punches, both fighters had their moments. Paul honored Tyson as the GOAT, and Tyson expressed he was totally happy with his performance. Jake Paul's victory raises questions about his next opponent, Canelo Alvarez maybe? Meanwhile, Tyson's legacy remains as strong as iron, proving that age is just a number. That's all for sports. I'm Noah Segovia. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Noah. That Mike Tyson fight was quite the doozy. But at least that women's fight was pretty good, entertaining. Coming up after the break, Viridiana Salgado updates us on everything in the entertainment world.
And we go live to the engineering department, where reporter Juliana White updates us on a new Tesla robot. Stay tuned.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professor showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
2, 1.
With all the recent concerns over AI, Elon Musk's new Optimus robot sparks controversy. And we go to Juliana White for more.
You might know AI robots from sci-fi thrillers like I, Robot and Megan. But inventors like Elon Musk are bringing them to life. His new robot, Optimus 2, is a bipedal humanoid autonomous robot meant to help with regular tasks and more. And the general public can be a little bit afraid of these, so I talked to CSUF's robotics team to learn more about Optimus and similar robots.
Thoughts about it is it seems really cool. It's one of the things that I currently want to work on, like kind of like a care robot for like my sister or for either my dad when they get older and I don't have time. At least I know he would be safe with someone.
There's still not a lot of documentation as far as like what it can do, and there's like a lot of say of, oh, I heard it can do this, I heard it can do that. I think it's definitely advanced, and there are concerns like to be had in the future, and there's a whole ethics behind like artificial intelligence that has to be kept up.
Well, there's always like, you know, a good and a bad to things, and putting it in the job market, especially right now when things aren't doing so good, especially for the public, I don't know if I'd be okay with it or not.
If you're worried about the future with autonomous robots, just remember there's still a long way to go before they're implemented for more widespread use. I'm Juliana White with OC News. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Juliana. Autobots, roll out. And the Suburb Talks podcast actually made a visit to Cal State Fullerton yesterday for our very own Titan Talks. I had the pleasure of being there. On Tuesday the 19th, the creators of Suburb Talks podcast made their way to Cal State Fullerton for a special event held at the Titan TSU. The event was called Titan Talks with Suburb Talks. The podcast is made of 6 core members: Cynthia, Madhu, Sean, Devin, Sage, and the creator of the podcast, Nick. I am outside the Titan Student Union right now where the live Q&A with the Suburb Talks podcast will be hosted, and there's a frenzy. Big line of students outside waiting to get with their favorite podcast.
Yeah, when I saw they were coming, I was really excited. I literally was just freaking out, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Just because I'm such a big fan, it just kind of feels so surreal to see them in person as just versus seeing them through my phone.
And I feel like just hearing them talk, they're very relatable and everything they say. And just when you hear people being authentic, it just makes you want to keep listening.
During the show, members of the audience got to be involved with the podcasters through several games, such as a 2v2 trivia challenge, a TikTok dance battle, seeing who knows each other's best friends better, and then a live Q&A at the end of the show from submissions from the audience. Sean is actually a student here at Cal State Fullerton, and at the event he shared his thoughts of what it means to him to be a Titan.
It's a beautiful campus. I'll tell you so much more about this. So yeah,
Now we go to entertainment reporter Diana Salgado for entertainment news from Southern California and around the world.
Thank you, Daniel. The Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival has finally announced its highly anticipated 2025 lineup. The Queen of Pop, Lady Gaga, has been announced as one of the headliners alongside Green Day, Post Malone, and Travis Scott for the 2-weekend event. The event will be held on April 11th to the 13th, as well as the 18th to the 20th. Ticket pre-sale starts November 22nd, with prices ranging from $600 for general admission to $1,400 for VIP. Returning attendees from the 2023 and 2024 have priority access for ticket purchases. Coca-Cola is facing criticism for an AI-generated Christmas advertisement, which many viewers have labeled as soulless. The video was created by 3 AI studios and aimed to replicate the iconic 1995 Holidays Are Coming commercial with imageries of Coca-Cola trucks and people in holiday attire. Complaints made about the ad argued that AI technology could replace human workers and exploit their work without proper credit. The company defended the ad, explaining that it collaborated with both human storytellers and AI to produce the film. Despite the controversy, AI's lower production costs and potential for creating new job opportunities may encourage companies to continue using it in the future. For My Directioners, Liam Payne's funeral was held today in Amersham, England, a month after his death at 31. The One Direction star died in October due to a fall from a hotel balcony in Argentina. His family and friends and former bandmates attended the service to honor Payne's life. His death, linked to alcohol, cocaine, and antidepressants, has led to an ongoing investigation with 3 individuals facing charges. The funeral, kept private until the day of, drew emotional fans and mourners who had followed Payne's career since the early days of the X Factor. When Payne pursued a solo career, he had spoken openly about his struggle with substance abuse and mental health. That's all I have for entertainment news. A little grim, but the anchors at the desk will lift your spirits.
Thank you, Viridiana. A new mobile game has gained a lot of traction as of late, where fans of the Pokemon trading card game could collect their cards virtually. Omar Portillo has more on this new game.
The highest grossing media franchise in the world just added a new game to their already impressive collection. On October 30th, the Pokemon Company released the mobile game Pokemon TCG Pocket, and since its release, it has already earned over $100 million. The game is designed to make gameplay quicker and more accessible while retaining the strategy and excitement fans have come to love. I interviewed students at Cal State Fullerton to hear their thoughts on the game.
Yes, I do believe that it's done an excellent job because I have access to it on my phone, which is huge. I don't have to go out and actively search for someone to play, which is hard to come across.
According to IGN, within the first 9 days of the Pokemon TCG Pocket release, it received over 30 million downloads, including many who have never played any Pokemon-related content. The game serves as a beginner-friendly way for people to get into the card game, making it more accessible for newcomers.
I haven't played any before, growing up ever, but a couple of friends had it, so it was kind of something that they got into, and then I downloaded it. It's been pretty fun. I really enjoy it so far.
The first set of Pokemon cards released in 1996, and since then it has become a worldwide hobby. Stores like Target have these cards for purchase, cards like the ones in my hand. However, collecting these cards can sometimes become an expensive hobby, a hobby that not many people are able to do. The difference between this game and these cards is that the cards in this game are all attainable for free, a big reason why so many people are coming and enjoying this game.
I used to collect them and stuff, and now it's I have it on my phone, it's all digital, and the best part about it is it's free, so I don't even have to pay for the cards anymore, and I just have it on my phone, and yeah, it's a really fun game.
Less than a month into the release, the game still has a bright future, with confirmations of new cards coming soon. So that leaves the question, what does your collection look like? This is Omar Portillo, reporting for OC News.
Thanks, Omar. It's going to be a little tough if you play that game with that busted up pinky you got there, huh?
Thankfully, I have the other 9 fingers.
Skadoosh. Well, that will continue our 8th show of the semester. Our next show is our first sweep show of the year, so make sure that you tune in for that. From OC News, I'm Andrew Gutierrez.
And I'm Daniel Rodriguez. Make sure to follow us on social media at OC News CSUF and Titan TV CSUF. Thank you for watching.